Limerence. Limerence is a term also used when you describe a crush. But the thing is that limerence, quite frankly, made me unable to know the feeling of love, if that makes sense. Like, I cannot think, I cannot think to myself that anyone would ever feel like this limerence towards me as I felt to maybe two people in my life. Because the first one, it was, let's just say it made the most my childhood a very defining, it was a defining piece of my childhood. I think from the fourth grade up to ninth grade or ninth grade, I I felt this limits one towards a girl, and she used this information to make fun of me, basically. Not in the sense that, you know, she would directly tell me things. It wasn't like this bullying you see in the American high school movies. It was more like letting, it was more like subtle. It's always just playing with my emotions, with my, basically my mind. Like, 1 second she used to be all this joyful and, happy, and it made me happy, and like felt there was something there. The other, she would go all distant. Then she would always try to flaunt her personal, like, relationships, or not even just the image of wanting someone else. She always used to flaunt that in front of me. But I came to realize that she just did that and was a terrible person and all. But then I just couldn't feel like I would ever find someone who loved me. But then, not long ago, this is a month or two ago, I became very close friends with one of my friends' girlfriend's friends. And I don't know, we became very close on that personal level where you could talk about things. And began to feel this feeling I have grown very accustomed to throughout my childhood. And it scared me, quite frankly, because I knew what it would lead to, which is rejection. But at that point, I thought, why don't I just say it out loud? Just, randomly, just confess my feelings, get rejected, and done. Did that. Of course, I got a no. I got rejected. But it didn't help that me and this girl didn't cut contact after that. And quite frankly, we still haven't cut contact. But it was always this feeling in the atmosphere every time we were talking. There was like something like very mysterious. It wasn't like romantical tension, and also wasn't like a blooming friendship. It was something else, and I still don't know what it is. But there was this like emotion, and I've come to realize that even though you seek love, it is not promised to you. It is not a reality. It's not it's not a guarantee. And I think I've learned to live with that. But also, it 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 makes you question your self-worth as you look into the mirror and think, I've given so much love to people, to my friends, to girls who may or may not be interested, but it's very hard to see when it's going back at you. You nearly dismiss it as, oh, they're just being friendly, or something. You just dismiss it. You cannot possibly feel that someone could feel this way towards you, because you have learned to distance yourself from it. Think that every time someone is either preying on you somehow, or making you, oh, basically, once self-worth, it plummets the second you learn to live that love isn't a guarantee. And to be quite honest, it also just makes you think how fake people are. Because when I used to go to high school, which I dropped out of, well, I got expelled, but yeah, it's American terms high school, but here in Denmark it's a gymnasium. I used to go there, and I could immediately just tell how fake the people were there. Like, the people usually would be all friendly, all nice, but you knew if you become friends with them, the second high school ends, gone. There would be no further connection than just school, or yeah, basically that. So the funny thing is that all the people I knew from high school, basically, I have grown very distant from them, while the people I've known through elementary and middle school, these are the people they they stick by. My friend group hasn't really expanded, closed very much, like at all. I have made one like very good friend from my first year of trade school, but I don't think it's called trade school. It's like when you go for apprenticeship, you go through a little like training period that's like a year, and I have made one friend from that. That I actually can call my friend. And I think that in a world full of fake people, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy to think that love exists. And I have friends who are in relationships with people a long time. Then I can base my model off that. And I can't really base that model of my parents because they're from a different time. That was before social media, before phones, before being connected to people. That they used to write letters, and that was good enough. Maybe see each other like once or twice a month if they weren't from the same like school or city. Then you would see people once or twice a month, and it dumbfounds me how could people find love at that time? Was it this limerence made them love each other because they didn't really know them, or was it? It's hard to define because I have had a fair share of girlfriends, like 3 or 4, toward in my teenage years, and I'm still a teenager. I'm 17, turning 18 in November, but it's kind of crazy to think because right now I cannot even fathom the possibility of being in a stable relationship with someone because quite frankly it's hard to me, very hard for me to love people if I don't, because I can't feel that they love me back, if that makes sense. Well, I don't know what else to say, really. Not right now. Maybe in the future.